How's it going, everybody? My name is Adam Lupis, and today we have a great interview. Listen, I love horror movies, guys, and obviously, there's so many classic movies out there. You got Nightmare on Elm Street, you got Friday the 13th, you got Halloween. But, guys, my favorite is Child's Play. And today we're sitting with Andy Barkley from Child's Play, Alex Vincent. How's it going?
Going really well, Adam. How are you?
Good, good. It's such an honor to talk to you. I've been a big fan of all your work, and I've been following your Instagram as well. And it's cool to see that not only that you act, but you also write, make music. I thought that was really interesting. I actually saw a photo actually. I was going through your Instagram, and one of the people was from Dexter. Is that your band that you're in with them?
No, no, I wish that would be awesome. No, I'm a big supporter of uh him. I have been an admirer of his work for 20 years since David Fisher,
Yeah.
and really everything he's done. But no, his band just came out at a time where I connected to it greatly. His music is really great. I happen to be wearing their shirt at the moment. Uh,
Nice.
by chance, Princess Goes to the Butterfly Museum. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Dexter too. I read all the books, so I'm just a huge admirer of Michael C. Hall. But also the rest of his band, Matt Katz Bowen, who is from Blondie, they worked together on Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Um, he did phenomenal stuff with Mike's lyrics, and kind of the same way that I create music, kind of in the box with instruments as well, of course, but electronic based arrangements
Mhm.
is something that's appealed to me for, as long as I remember enjoying music. So
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, even the area that you're in right now, that's where I guess that's like your sound area where you have all your stuff.
this is my recording studio that I've had for over 8 years. I've recorded over 300 artists at least, all genres, hip hop, rock, singer songwriter type stuff, audio for film, scoring for film, ADR, audio book work, etc. Everything. I'm a Full Sail graduate. I graduated top of my class in 2009, and I've had this studio since 2014 in Clearwater, Florida. The studio is called The Loop, but my company is AV Productions.
That's so cool. And just so my audience and I can know, what's your favorite genre of music?
Electronic, rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
I mean, I
big
like a
one.
lot of.
I love like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. That's kind of like my stuff.
Yeah, I'm more 60s and 90s,
Okay, well, it's
and
pretty cool.
and maybe 2010s, honestly. But yeah, I relate to rock music, I guess, more than anything. I grew up a big fan of classic rock, 90s grunge, and Nine Inch Nails. It's my favorite band in the world. I've seen them 72 times in concert. And yeah, I found his music when I was like 11, 12 years old. So
That's cool,
I've
man.
been very, very connected to music my whole life.
That is like,
As soon as this interview is over, I have a session with a guy I've recorded 3 records for, and we're working on the fourth one a bit today.
that's so cool. Yeah, when I was growing up, I played the alto saxophone, guitar,
Me too.
drums, bass. Oh, you played alto sax as well?
I did, and piano.
Did you annoy people playing Careless Whisper all the time, or what? Like I like
No, no, I never got that good actually. This was early on. This was in like bands in middle school. Uh, my music teacher, Mr. Volpe, was pretty instrumental on pun intended, pun not intended, but it works. He was instrumental in I don't know, crafting and inspiring creativity in my life at a very early age.
you started acting at a very young age. I read that you're like 5 or 6 years old,
Yeah.
and even just getting the part of Andy Barkley for Child's Play, hundreds, probably more, thousands of people auditioning and stuff like that for it. And something that really stood out to me was that when you're auditioning for the producers and everything, the casting, that you refused to swear because your mom was there, right? And actually, they took a liking to that because you did the lines very well and everything. So it's just funny how everything works out in it's just the way everything worked out for you for that.
Well, it's certainly funny how everything works out for all of us. There's
Yeah.
always something It's always something wild behind every major event in our lives. But yeah, I didn't want to swear in front of her, and I think that they believed me when I told them I couldn't remember the lines. So I was convincing in that role. But also I don't know, I think the innocence of that was appealing to them in relation to this character that needed to be very, very innocent, juxtaposed to this evil doll.
Yeah, and you also saw your neighbor on TV and acting and stuff like that, and that kind of sparked that interest as well to be an actor too, right?
That I mean, that's what I saw her in a commercial, and that was the impetus of wanting to be an actor, which really didn't come, even at that age, didn't come from my mother or anything, came from me because I liked the idea of being in a commercial like she was, which ironically, I did a few commercials and I hated commercials.
Yeah.
So when I was like 7 or 8, I said I'm not auditioning for commercials anymore.
Yeah, and
It was always really my say. I mean, that's what I said when I was 7 or 8 about commercials, and I said the same thing about the entire business when I was about 12. So yeah, they were up for it, but my mother's stance on it was if it's not fun for me anymore, then we'll stop. There was never really a period of time where I didn't want to be auditioning and she was encouraging me to do so. It was always something I wanted until I didn't want it anymore, and that's why I stopped.
yeah,
That's why I still don't act, by the way.
yeah, but the reason I asked too is just because just being at that age as well, it's you hear kids saying like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, but it's always just like that fantasy type of thing. But I really admire that you actually like went for it, because there's a lot of people out there that say they want to do something, they don't do it, and at that young age, it's very, very tough, especially very competitive, mind you, right?
Sure. Of course. But yeah, I was up for it. My mother was up for it. Her schedule allowed us to go to New York City from New Jersey to audition. So yeah, it was a family, a family endeavor more than
Yeah,
just mine.
yeah, that's awesome.